In an unprecedented move, it just looks like Discord wanted to shoot itself in the foot and completely disrespect every single gamer that has hyped the platform up to be one of the best voice chats and best platforms that gamers can go to. Not only did they just bring out this new mandate that they have to have age verification on, but now they're starting to force it on everybody else in order to protect the children, as they say. Well, I kind of want to go into everything because this is one of the weirdest things I've seen in a long time, where companies are just continuously trying to get your information and farm your data so they can sell it off and do whatever they want with it. And this is coming off the heels of a few weeks ago or a couple months ago where Discord were just hacked and lost 70,000 users' information. What are we going through? What is happening? And why is Discord trying to do this? I mean, this is one of the worst things they could have done from a business perspective. And it also makes that platform almost unusable to a lot of gamers unless they start changing what they're trying to do. So let's get into everything because there's a lot to cover here. All right, so you know the drill. If you want to keep up to date on all the gaming news and everything going on in the games industry, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It helps out the channel more than you know. So I kind of just want to jump into this because there's so much to uncover here and so much to talk about, because Discord is trying to get your not only face recognition and all this information that should be prudent to you, but also your ID to verify that you're a grown adult or not a teenager or a child. So let's go into these articles and see what's being said, because there's a lot going on here. Chat and community tool Discord has announced that it will be rolling out age verification for all new and existing users for March, with any account unable to prove its age being limited to a teen-appropriate experience. It follows Roblox's recent move to require all users complete age verification to use the platform's chat features. Discord age verification will be carried out by facial age estimation or the submission of verification to vendor partners. The move follows a rollout of similar restrictions to users in the UK and Australia following recent legislation, which saw users successfully evade verification by using Death Stranding's photo mode and the subsequent linking of ID and personal information of 70,000 users after one of the firm's partners was hacked. In today's announcement, Discord said that the use of video selfies for age verification would never leave a user's device, and identity documents submitted to our vendor partners are deleted quickly, in most cases immediately after age confirmation. That's a weird wording, in most cases. What does that mean? Does that mean that once this happens, in all cases, most cases, is it going to be a few people that you deem, okay, we can just delete this? Or is it going to be, oh, we just said most cases, but there's 7 other million people over here that we kept? We have no idea what that means, and it's very vague, because that's exactly what Discord wants this to be. They want this to be very vague so people can't really go at them for anything or get them in trouble. This seems like a trap for a lot of people trying to just use your chat. And I don't like that, because Discord has been something that we've been using for years. All gamers have. I mean, I'm somebody that came from Ventrilo, TeamSpeak, all these other type of things that people use in these chats that people use to just play games on and connect with people that they enjoyed playing with, aka their friends. So when you see Discord do something like this, it's actually worrisome, especially when what was just mentioned, the 70,000 users that were hacked. Let's go into that, because I feel like those details are extremely important to what's happening at Discord and why people might be pushing up against this. Government ID photos of about 70,000 global users of Discord, a popular messaging and chat platform among video gamers, may have been exposed after hackers compromised a company contracted to carry out age verification checks. Some users' names, email addresses, and other contact details, IP addresses, and messages with Discord's customer service agents may also have been taken. The attacker has been trying to extort a ransom from the company. No full credit card details or passwords were seized. The breach was made public last week, but the potential number of lost photo IDs emerged on Wednesday. A spokesperson for the UK's Information Commissioner's Office, which regulates data breaches, said, "We have received a report from Discord, and we are assessing the information provided." The photos that may have been taken were provided by users making age-related appeals to Discord's customer services contractor in cases where they may have been locked out of the decade-old platform, which allows people to hang out through text messaging or voice and video chat. So let me get this straight. basically what happened is you're trying to protect people and protect children or protect teens or protect anybody with age verification. And in that process, you had 70,000 people lose information that should have been kept private, aka their IDs, their emails, a bunch of the other stuff that happened, chats, maybe some private chats they might have had with a friend that they're breaking down to, anything like that. That wasn't safe. But you're trying to keep people safe without keeping them safe. This just seems like another kind of weird thing to just gather more data on people so they can sell it off into the internet or sell it off to all these people that are farming data, because at this point it just seems like Microsoft, Amazon, all these other companies have so much data about us and know so much about us they could build a clone of us and we wouldn't even know the difference. That's what it feels like. And I know this sounds kind of harsh and I'm coming at this, but I don't like things trying to police me for something so easy to use. Something like a Discord where I just get on and talk to friends. This isn't some crazy platform that is something new. No, these TeamSpeaks, these things that people talk on, these chats have been around for ages. Everybody's been using them. Which brings me into this. Are you going to police the third-party companies that you contract? Because that's how this came out, was through a third-party contractor that got hacked that Discord and maybe the UK, I'm not too sure, used on their platform. So when you give somebody access to your platform, are they policed just as much as you're policing the people on it? Because it doesn't look like you are. It doesn't look like their security standards were up to snuff, and so they got hacked and people got vulnerable. 70,000 users that trusted you are now vulnerable to attacks and cyber attacks. That's not a good precedent to set within Discord, especially now. So that's the even bigger thing to me. That's the more wild thing. That after getting hacked about 4 or 5 months ago, you are saying that you want even more information from people starting this year. You want more stuff from them so you can gather more information from them, including ID, facial recognition, all this stuff, all in the name of protecting a vulnerable group of people, aka teens or children. And I understand that. I get that we all want to protect them, but I don't think it's up to the platform to do that. Now, this might be a little bit of a hot take, and I get it. I don't think it's up to them to protect people, but in the name of protection, you get rid of privacy. You get rid of people's identity, you get rid of people's data, and then you sell that data because we know that's what you're going to do. You're not deleting it. People don't believe you. That's just the way it is. People don't believe that all these companies are just deleting this data. It's just, they don't. And if you lose the trust of people, that's what's going to happen. What I think needs to happen is that there needs to be this kind of a thing called parenting. People need to monitor what their children are doing. And as somebody that feels like that's something that's kind of gone to the wayside, my family, at least when I grew up, my parents monitored what I did. They were on top of me. They parented me. They disciplined me. They put me in my place when I was doing something dumb because I was a child. Of course I did something dumb. That's what I was doing. I didn't know what was going on. I was experimenting, running around, doing what I wanted. And they kind of put me on the path that needed to be once I did something dumb. Did I make mistakes? Of course, but they were there to correct me in those mistakes. That's what I think needs to happen now. It doesn't need to be somebody where we just lose privacy for everybody else in the name of the greater good, so to speak. That's not what's going to happen here. What's going to happen is in the act of trying to protect other people, you're going to keep other people vulnerable. That's the problem here. And what is that going to lead to? It's going to lead to people trying to work around this stuff, trying to get away from Discord or use Discord without needing to put all their verification and all their information on there. And the funny thing is, Discord knows that. Here's what it said in the article. Discord's global head of product policy, Savannah Badalich, told The Verge that the company expects users will find ways to try getting around the age checks, but it will try to bug bash as much as we possibly can. The following restrictions will apply to any account that has not been successfully age verified. Content filters. Discord users will need to be age assured as adults in order to unblur sensitive content or turn off the setting. Age-gated spaces. Only users who are age assured as adults will be able to access age-restricted channels, servers, and app commands. Message request inbox. Direct messages from people or user may not know are routed to a separate inbox by default, and access to modify these settings is limited to age-assured adult users. Friend request alerts. People will receive warning prompts for friend requests from users they may not know. Stage restrictions. Only age-assured adults may speak on stage and servers. That's a lot of restrictions put around. Basically, they're going to make it unusable to the platform for people that have been using it for years. And this is something that I have to say, that it just seems that every time a platform has some form of success and long-term success, it just seems that it just gets taken away. They try to take away a lot of the people that use it, their freedoms, all of that. They always want to put something else on you to make the platform unusable, but you've been using it for so long that a lot of people are almost reliant on it. That is a problem. That is a huge problem. Discord is a massive success. It is. That's no way ifs, ands, or buts around it. It is. It's a big platform that people love, especially gamers. A lot of people are on there more than anything else. They talk to their friends on there. They share a lot of personal information on there. And so, of course, now people want that identification of who you are because they probably already have all this stuff stored of what you've done and what you've said to your friends in a personal manner. And they want to put a face to that name, so to speak. That's the way I look at it. And I know it might sound like tinfoil hat and all that, but it's just kind of weird that every time a platform gets ultra successful and so big, the government tries to get involved. A lot of people try to say they're doing this for the greater good to protect a certain group of people. And yet every time it just feels like with these 70,000 people that are being hacked, it ends up keeping other people or more people even more vulnerable because they don't know how to execute on this platform or they don't know how to execute what they think they're trying to do. I don't like that. And they also have a couple other things about how they're going to have 10 to 12 like people that come in there and work for them or give them feedback like teens. I don't know how that works. Does somebody just send in I don't know what's going on. They send in a resume or something. There's all this type of things to work around it. And at the end of the day, it just feels like a weird precedent to set in order to use a platform that is being used by the majority of people online. That's what it feels like. And it feels like they're shooting themselves in the foot big time. And it's all because of all these regulations being brought in from other governments like Australia, UK, and now it's going to be a global thing where they just want you to put your ID in. You can't log in until this. It's like Big Brother, man. They're just always trying to get something from you or get some information that they can use or sell later because at the end of the day, you're just a money grab to them. And that's all it is. And this is coming from somebody that loves Discord. I use it every single day. A lot of my friends do. It's how a lot of us that live cross country or away from each other stay in touch. And maybe we have to find another platform to do that now. Maybe we need to find something else that does that. Speaking of which, TeamSpeak put out this GIF. Oh my, like, dude, TeamSpeak killed it. Whoever runs that Twitter account or their social media account killed it. That was awesome. That is the full respect of what everybody felt when they read that. Everybody that uses Discord is like, man, what are you talking about? What are you trying to do here? This is not cool because people don't want to use this, especially gamers. We're not trying to be policed. That's just what it is. So I don't know where this goes. I don't know how this is going to work. I want to see how this kind of pans out, but man, I think it's going to be rough. I think a lot of people are going to be talking about this. I think a lot of people are going to try to find another platform or like the head of product said for Discord, they're going to try to find a way around it. And trust me, gamers or people online, they usually do find ways around this. All I know is that I don't want to give my information up. I don't want to give my ID up. I don't want to give anything up just so it could get hacked later because you've already been hacked. So I don't trust you at all when it comes to a security standpoint. Maybe protect your own servers instead of trying to protect others. Maybe protect the users that are already on your platform without getting hacked, and maybe you wouldn't have problems like this after. Maybe this is maybe this is an offshoot of that. Maybe the hacks kind of freak them out, and they're like, wow, we need to just do even more protection because we don't know how to protect ourselves, so we're going to force other people to be vulnerable instead of us. Who knows? Maybe that's it. Either way, I want to know what everybody else thinks. Are you going to start using something else other than Discord? Are you going to continue to use Discord? Are you going to try to find a way around this thing? Because this just seems absolutely wild to me. I don't understand it. I don't like it. And I don't know what's going to happen after this. I truly don't. I don't know if Discord really hurt itself and it hurt its future because it is such a popular platform that maybe it is too big to fail. But they said that about a lot of things. Does anybody remember Skype? Yeah, exactly. Anybody remember Skype? Anybody remember what happened to Call of Duty last year? Too big to fail, and it did. Did it meet sales expectations? Look at all these things that people said are too big to fail, and they kind of started to police people or try to do a little bit more, or try to overstep their line, so to speak. Well, Discord, maybe you're overstepping your line, and I want to know what gamers think. Are they overstepping the line, or do you think this is not a big deal? Go down below and let me know. And like always, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It helps out the channel more than you know. I really enjoy talking about games and everything here, so you can follow that on this channel. And you can follow me on X or Twitter, whatever you call it now, at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing stuff. News like this with Discord and everything, so it's kind of wild. And at the end of every video, I like to know what everybody's playing. You know, of course, give me an idea of what you're playing. Currently, I've been playing a lot of TFT or a bunch of Apex Legends, just kind of having fun with PvP and just trying to get into those. So let me know what you're playing down below because, hey, it gives me an idea of what to play next. And that's all for now. And like always, until next time, enjoy your gaming and try to enjoy Discord, I guess. Later.